Hello and welcome back to the Python programming course. Alright, section recap. So what did we learn in this section? In this section we learned, first of all, what is a list? We talked about lists and we also compared them to vectors in R, if you've learned R programming before, and we kind of got comfortable with that whole concept in general. Then we created some lists. We used two methods. We used square brackets just to specify each individual element of our list, and we used the range function. We talked about how the range function is different in Python 3 versus Python 2. Then we used the square brackets to actually access our lists. We also learned about slicing lists, and we learned how to use the colon operator to slice lists. We had some very interesting tutorials on that topic. Then we talked about tuples a bit, because tuples are like lists. They're just immutable. You can't really change the values of tuples. You can't change it at all. And they're just used for other purposes in Python, and we will be coming across them as we program in Python throughout this course. So it was a good idea just to quickly get introduced to tuples. Then we spoke about functions in R, and we had that interesting analogy of a function being a blender. So how you, just as you put delicious fruit and berries into a blender, you get a smoothie on the output. Same thing with functions. You give it some inputs and then you get some outputs. And also packages. We talked about packages in R and how they are just sets of functions to increase the capabilities of Python depending on what you need in your specific project, in your specific circumstances. And then we also talked about NumPy and arrays. So NumPy is a package that you'll probably be using quite a lot, if not all the time, being a data scientist using Python. And arrays is, so we talked about different types of arrays, that you can have one-dimensional and two-dimensional arrays, and we'll be talking more about those when we're moving on to matrices further down the course. And finally, we talked about slicing arrays, that you can slice them in a very similar manner as you can with lists. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed this section of the course and you got a lot of value out of these tutorials. And definitely, if there's something that's unclear, then it's a very good idea to go back and revise that specific tutorial before proceeding to the next section, because this course is structured in a way that it builds on previous knowledge, and we're going to be revising this knowledge. So even if some things are clear and you understand them, but at the same time you feel like you don't have enough practice at this stage, don't worry about it too much, because further down in the next section of the course we'll be practicing most of these topics anyway. And I look forward to seeing you throughout the course. Until next time, happy coding.